It's Dr. Steve, Master of the Subconscious Mind, and Dr. fixes 100% of orthopedic issues not related to cancer, fracture, or infection. And we're going to help you guys today with why you don't want to consume the polyunsaturated fatty acids and the science of why. So these PUFAs, which are polyunsaturated fatty acids, oxidize very easily. And the reason why, when we look at the chemical structure of a saturated fat, it means all the bonds are connected. So you have carbon and hydrogen, and it's connected through the whole chain. Monounsaturated means not as many unbound, right? But just one unbound. But polyunsaturated fatty acid, which is the worst fat you consume, which is your canola oil, safflower, sunflower oil, and non-ruminant animals. And yes, omega-3s and 6s, omega-3s are not the best thing in the world for you because they oxidize very easily. Being a polyunsaturated fatty acid, that means that they have many bonds that aren't there. So you have a lot of carbons that aren't bound to the hydrogen. And when those things oxidize, these fats oxidize, remember, canola oil, safflower, sunflower oil, those are the oils, vegetable oil, those things, when they oxidize, create lower hepcidin in the liver. When you lower hepcidin, it creates unbound iron in our tissues that oxidizes, doesn't convert to hemoglobin. So when that happens, we need to convert our glucose and the sugar that we eat into ATP and produce energy. So we don't store that as fat. But what it does is these polyunsaturated fatty acids don't convert glucose into pyruvate. Pyruvate dehydrogenase basically becomes lowered, and now that doesn't convert into acetylcoenzyme A, and that makes stagnant energy and blood sugar dysregulation. That blood sugar dysregulation that is occurring is leading to all the diseases that are chronic to aging. It's heart disease, it's dementia, it's diabetes, high blood pressure, right? Those are all the factors that are preventable when we control this copper iron redox reaction, and the polyunsaturated fatty acids are the thing that are creating that and adding to it, because the iron is the fire and the PUFA is the match, creating the inflammation, leading to that degeneration and preventable disease. So once we understand the structure and knowing that these polyunsaturated fatty acids don't have the bonds and they oxidize very easily, now we know that that's what's causing it. It's a simple change in lifestyle and awareness when we go out to eat, and not choosing foods that are fried, not choosing foods that the restaurants are using the cheap oils, to coat the outside of the baked potato, to add in our, dairy or our wheat products, in oat milk, right? There's no reason to add these things. It's in our ice cream, it's in everything. So you can avoid it. And as a consumer, when you don't buy their products, they have to change. And so the change, like I say, the change always begins with you. And we want to see change. We can't change our outside world, but when we change ourselves and our decision making, we can change the world around us and make a better, healthier place for the rest of the world and the generations to come.